you are astonished by their denial.
Who was
while
astonished?
they ridicule you.
The Prophet Muhammad was astonished.
Okay,
now you go to the Hamzah Quran, same
Hamzah
verse,
Quran?
yep, or the Khalaf, Hamzah or Khalaf, whatever you want to call it.
Show it to me.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. In that one, it says something different.
Okay, let's see it.
All right, I'll show you.
What's the Hamzah Quran?
What's the Hamzah Quran?
You don't know what the Hamzah Quran is?
Hamzah
You don't know what the Khalaf, what is it called, Khalaf? What about Al-Qasai? What about Al-Qasai?
Hamzah, Alf and Hamzah.
Yes.
And all these are recitations. They're not Qur'an.
They're
not Qur'an.
We'll see. And Hafs is a recitation, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're talking about all these recitations of the Quran. I'm about to see if they're the same thing. I'm about to. Got you. Here you go. It color codes the mistake too.
Well,
Ajebtu.
It's the same again. So this is
one is ta, one is tu.
Now check this out. This is where their ignorance gets caught.
Oh, we'll see.
Right now, what is the difference? It is the harakat.
And what's
right?
changing?
Hold on. Now this is where you're gonna see him get buried. Now watch, just watch, okay? In the mushaf that I showed you at home, in the original mushaf, were there these lines?
No. There were no diacritical marks, so how do you know which one is which?
Let me finish.
No, but you're talking to me.
Let me finish.
I can't remember.
Okay. Tonight, inshallah, tonight I'll show it to you. Okay.
So you showed them one with no diacritical marks.
Allah.
It's a conversation.
No, you tell me who's interrupting who.
Wait, I thought you were the better listener.
I'm asking. Now I'm doing them the same way.
Now, who's the one?
Did you show him? Did you show him the one with no marks?
Yes.
Okay, good. So how do you know how to read it?
I got you.
Okay.
Now let me finish.
Go ahead.
Okay. Now, what the mistake they made is the fact that the
mistake?
Oh ya Allah, Sneeko, come on, man.
He said a mistake.
Let him finish what he's
saying.
saying.
Wait, hold on. He said the mistake they made.
That you made.
Oh, we'll see.
That
Okay.
you
Okay.
made.
All right, we'll see. Go ahead.
What the mistake they made? What the mistake they made? What the mistake they made?
All right, we'll see. Okay.
He's a better listener.
Go ahead.
He's a better listener here.
Go ahead.
Huh?
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Now, is the mushaf of Uthman radiallahu anhu? The original mushaf has no dietary marks. It has no dots. And I'll show it to you tonight again, inshallah. Okay?
He's telling the truth
now,
finally.
All right, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Now, when you have, for example, ta, tu, ti, these are Arab. Okay? Now, as, for example, in South Africa, now let me finish. He's not going to finish. Right? He's not let me finish. In South Africa, when they ask you, how are you? They say, how is the brother? Right? They're talking to you, but they say, how is the brother? Okay? Now, watch the nail on the coffin, right?
Put it on
in
YouTube,
Arabic, it's the same way.
Yeah.
Sometimes they would use ta with the sakin, sometimes with the fatha, sometimes with dhamma, right? Now, find me an English translation looking at the meanings from all the qirā'āt that gave a different meaning.
Wait.
Go ahead.
All right, beautiful. So
ahead.
first of all, you literally just tried to throw the Arabic under the bus.
Never.
And now he's appealing to the English and say, show me an English translation that shows a difference. Are we talking about English or Arabic, Uthman?
When the Sheikh claims that the original mushaf had no diacritical marks, he is actually covering up a much deeper problem. The earliest manuscripts from the time of Uthman were written without dots and without vowel markings, meaning that many letters shared the exact same shape. With a script that bare, you simply cannot know whether the word is meant to be read as antum, you all, or as ana, I. The script only shows a skeletal outline of letters and gives no information about vowels, the subject of the sentence, or the intended form of the word. Because these undotted shapes can represent several different letters, ba, ta, tha, nun, ya, a single sequence of characters can produce multiple legitimate readings. And without vowel markings, there is no indication whether the word should be pronounced anta, ana, untu, or ini. The earliest mushaf simply has no internal mechanism to tell you which reading is correct. This is the root of the qirā'āt problem. When the bare text of the mushaf cannot establish a single definitive reading, the Muslim community inevitably develops multiple versions preserved through oral tradition. These are not merely variations in tone or melody, they are alternative texts, each with its own sentence structure and meaning, yet all are claimed to be valid. With no dots and no vowels in the original manuscripts, there is no textual basis to accept one reading and reject another. In other words, the differences between the qirā'āt did not arise from stylistic choices, but from an incomplete written text that allowed many possible readings. The Sheikh tries to reassure his audience by saying, "This is only about harakat," but the truth is the opposite. It is precisely the absence of harakat and dots that gave rise to these divergent meanings. And when you go back to the original undotted mushaf, you simply have no tool to determine which reading is the true one. This is why the qirā'āt cannot be treated as mere recitation styles. They exist because the earliest mushaf could not secure a single fixed reading, leaving each qirā'ah standing as an alternative version of the text, not just a different way of chanting the same verse.
Answer the question so I can continue. Is it Arabic or English? It's just one word.
Let me answer.
Yes, go ahead.
You're not going to tell me how
Okay,
to
so
answer.
all right, so you're not
I'm
going to
gonna
answer. You're not.
I'm going to
All right,
answer.
so is it?
He's not going to let me.
Okay,
He's not gonna let me,
I'm just going with my
he's
turn.
not gonna let
Yeah,
me.
no, I'm just going with my turn because you're not going to answer.
Now, you see
So
this?
yeah,
You see this?
let me continue.
You see this?
Let me continue.
You see this?
Yeah, let me
Now
continue.
he won't let me answer.
Let me continue.
Now, when you say it in Arabic,
Anthony,
how that
focus.
meaning is taken.
No, hold on.
Is,
Hold on. Why are
for
you?
example,
Uthman,
like,
I listen to you. You have Uthman, the Sheikh, who says, show me an English difference, not the Arabic. Forget the Arabic. Let me throw the Arabic under the bus. Let me see any English translation that changes it. This is hilarious coming from this most clear Quran that's revealed in Arabic. So don't try to challenge me to show you an English translation. We're dealing with the Arabic. This is the question to you. Is it ajebta or ajebtu? Which one is it? Because they both change it, and if you're saying that they don't, wait till I show you what al-Qurtubi says. Go ahead.
When you have a different way of pronouncing and explaining something, in the qirā'āt it will be. The scholars of Islam, when they looked at the different qirā'āt, whether it was tu, ta, ti, and its effect on the meaning, they took it together and looking at all the fact that every manuscript comes from one mushaf. Mushaf Uthman, the fact that it did not have harakat, they took the meaning, and that's why they came to a conclusion of the meaning and translated it.
So answer the question.
Again, ya Allah.
No, you're not answering the question. What, do you remember the question?
Yes.
What was the question?
You're asking about the dots.
No, I'm not. I'm asking, is it ta or tu? Does one say ta and the other say tu? Yes or no?
Let me answer.
Please, it's a yes or no.
In different qirā'āt, you will pronounce it differently.
I got you.
And the meaning of it will come back to the Prophet ﷺ in the end.
Is it the same as the Hafs? Is when it says tu? Here's my question. In the Hafs recitation.
What you don't understand.
In the Hafs recitation, listen to the question so you know how to answer.
Right?
No, but you need to know the question.
I'm going to listen to you.
Thank you. In the Hafs, it says it ends with ta. In the al-Kasai and the Hamzah, it ends with tu. Correct? Does that have the same meaning? Yes or no?
Are you done with your question?
That's my question.
Okay, thank you. Now, once again, when you look at Arab in the Arabic language, it changes with the dietary marks, right?
Sure.
Are you paying attention now?
Yeah. I'm
I'm
just waiting for the answer.
Listen.
I'm listening.
If you listen, you get the answer.
I'm listening.
Okay. Now, when you use Arabic, there are different dialects that will use first person, second person, and third person.
Yes.
Like
Correct.
I gave the example.
You're right.
Okay. Now, scholars like Qurtubi will discuss the Arab of it, right? But there are scholars who specialize in qirā'āt.
Sure.
Now, pay attention.
No,
okay?
I'm waiting for the answer.
Good. Who said that wajebta or tu is all going to be from the same mushaf and they're going to bring the same meaning.
Okay.
But they can be pronounced differently.
Okay.
Now, let me finish.
So wait,
he
one
wanted to answer.
No, but one
and now he's not answering.
one says you wonder, the other says I wonder.
Once again.
Is that true or not?
That's what I was trying to explain.
Okay, is that true or false?
Listen to the answer.
I am. I'm waiting for it.
Okay. Look.
True or false? One says you wonder,
again.
the other says I wonder.
Once again. Now listen.
Answer the question, please.
Ya Allah.
Yes, he did.
Now, in South Africa, as I was giving you that example, they would ask you, how is the brother? Now, if I say that here, how is the brother, am I talking about you or somebody else?
It's somebody else.
Excellent. But in South Africa, in their accent, when I say how is the brother, they're talking about you.
Right.
Right?
See,
So-
a pronunciation difference is very different than a whole age. You're conflating that difference
exactly.
to 22 and 42.
No, I'm not.
Exactly.
Is not the same thing as like
Exactly.
a different
All right,
pronunciation.
so now hear this.
Like,
So if I say,
are you really going to think that
all right,
that's the same contradiction?
let's see. If I said you sat down at the table, and I said I sat down at the table, is that a difference?
In languages, they have different meanings.
Is that a difference?
That's different. There's a difference, but that's not the same thing
Thank
as
you.
22
So
and
hold
42.
on, pause. I'm not equating. I'm just showing that there's a difference.
There's a
So
difference, but that's not an error.
All right, beautiful.
That's not a copyist
We'll see.
error, and not a whole age
Okay, but hold on. We'll see. You said that you all say there's only one Quran, no meaning changes, right?
Yes.
That's what he just said. He said the meaning goes all the way back to Muhammad. So if the meaning doesn't change, but you just acknowledge that,
That's not a meaning change. That's
really?
That's a difference.
Okay, so if it's not a meaning change, let's see. If I say you sat at the table versus I sat at the table, is that the same thing?
In different languages, they mean different things.
Oh, thank you. So it doesn't mean the same thing. So in Arabic,
They do mean the same things, but in different languages.
No, it's not. If
Conflating that to 22 and 42 is not the same thing.
you sitting at the table is different from me sitting at the table. If I said I saw you shooting a basketball, and then I said I saw sitting at a basketball.
Listen to different languages.
No, I'm in the same language. The only thing that different. No, listen. Listen to what he explained, because it looks like nobody else was listening. Because I understood what you said. He said
You didn't,
No,
because it's an argument.
watch. He said that with certain marks, it changes from first person to third person and things of this nature, right? So the tense changes based on the ta, the tu, or whatever. So if it's a ta, it's you. You wondered, right, while they mocked. If it's a tu, It's, I wondered while they mocked. That's not the same thing, because the one who's speaking is talking about somebody else in another tense. When in the other one, in that same verse, the tense switches to the speaker speaking about himself instead of someone else. So the meaning changes. That's my point.
In the discussion of Qur'an 37:12, a serious issue emerges when two canonical qirā'āt, Hafs and Khalaf Hamzah, present two different subjects in the same verse. In the Hafs reading, the phrase appears as, "You wonder," making the one who is astonished the Prophet Muhammad. But in the Khalaf Hamzah reading, the phrase becomes, "I wonder," placing the emotion of astonishment on Allah himself. This is not a minor variation. It is a direct change in who is speaking within the verse. This shift in subject carries major theological implications. If Muhammad is the one who wonders, the verse reflects a human response to the mockery of his people. But if Allah is the one who wonders, a profound question arises. How can an all-knowing God be surprised or astonished by anything at all? The very idea of astonishment does not align with divine attributes in Islamic theology. For this reason, the difference between these qirā'āt cannot be dismissed as a harmless variation in recitation. It is not about tone, rhythm, or style of chanting. It is a difference in meaning that changes who is speaking and what is being said. These two readings produce two different theological portraits, and it is impossible to resolve that tension simply by declaring that both are equally correct. Yet, in the video, the Muslim speaker tries to downplay the issue by calling it merely a matter of recitations, as though the difference were nothing more than a shift in melody. But the change from anta, you, to ana, I, is a direct alteration of the core pronoun that determines the subject of the sentence. In any language on earth, replacing you with I undeniably changes the meaning. Attempts to shrink this difference only expose the deeper instability within the concept of qirā'āt, which often shifts depending on the pressure of the argument. When the meaning is threatened, the label recitation becomes a rhetorical shield, even though classical qirā'āt scholars openly acknowledge that the readings differ in wording, structure, and meaning. And so the unavoidable question stands. If the Qur'an is truly one, how can its official readings present two different subjects in the same verse?